Sí. Eso, Warren. ¿Un pulpo?
It's an octopus.
No, it's not. It has 6 legs, not 8.
Ah, entonces no es un pulpo.
Don't say it.
Sixtopus.
Sextopus.
Sextopus. Jaja. ¿Más partituras?
Sheet music, presumably
It's
for
only a
piano.
few notes. I'd barely even call that music.
Yeah, it's been framed though. Must be important for some
¿Será
reason.
la melodía? La partitura ha sido enmarcada y está decorada con delicadas ilustraciones como se hacía antiguamente. Es una melodía. ¿Un piano?
There's a name for this kind of piano. You know, these ones that stand upright.
¿Un ojo?
Various handmade posters.
What do you think those symbols mean?
Hopefully, nothing.
A ver, os vuelvo a poner la cámara ahí abajo para que veáis todo bien, lo mejor posible. Este ojo es como el que tiene Freya en su habitación arriba, ¿no? Calcetín.
Anything in the drawers?
Nothing you need to know about.
Ay, mira, como en el techo
Ah,
de...
yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Always a good omen.
It's an eye.
Esto es como el ojo que tiene... Como el ojo que hay en el techo de la habitación de Flora, no de Freya, de Flora. En la habitación de Flora hay un ojo en el techo, aquí hay un ojo en el suelo.
That is the bed of a vampire.
I thought vampires slept in coffins.
Ya, ¿eh?
This is a vampire who needs firm support for their lower back.
Necesita un apoyo lumbar firme. Ay, señor. ¿Ropa?
Just a bunch of clothes on the floor.
Esta soy yo.
Nothing weird about that.
To you.
¿Velitas?
Oh, thank goodness, there are 7 lit candles. Wouldn't want it to be dark in here. A big glass door leads out into a garden. Somehow.
There's a little mechanism by the handle.
¡Oh! Desliza la tapa para abrirla. Vale, esta es la resolución del otro. Las lunas estaban así, ¿no? Yo creo que las lunas estaban así. O así. Yo creo que estaban así. No sé, voy a ponerlo así porque ahora mismo no me acuerdo. Vale, acordaos de esto.
I guess we'll come back later.
Ah, bueno, pero podía haberla abierto. Creo que la podía haber
A big
abierto.
glass door leads out.
There's a little mechanism.
Something happened.
That must be it.
Ah.
And the door's still locked.
I still feel like we made some sort of progress.
Tiene que abrirse la del otro lado.
A single red rose. How very traditional.
Yeah, weird.
Es la rosa que le dio Fitz. ¿Un armario?
Anything in the wardrobe?
Dresses mostly. I never realized there were so many shades of black.
Tantas tonalidades de negro. ¿Una lámpara?
A lamp. It is most definitely turned off.
Sí. ¿Cajones?
Empty.
Y el
It's a
puzzle.
metronome for keeping.
Un metrónomo, claro.
It's ticking. Is it a bomb?
Is it a bomb?
It's supposed to be ticking. Not sure what those symbols are though.
Usa los botones para girar los 4 discos del metrónomo hasta que hasta el aro de la parte superior. ¡Fuck! Puedo arreglarlo.
There we go.
Perfect.
Creo que lo tenía que resolver ahí dentro, ¿no? Lo había resuelto fuera y... cuando me pasa eso que resuelves el puzzle pero no en el sitio adecuado. Vale, todo bien.
What happened?
Little hatch unlocked in the back.
Una escotilla.
Anything in there?
Mm-hmm.
Una foto.
Part of a photograph.
¿La otra parte? ¡Es la otra parte! ¿What? La foto rosa... La foto rota muestra a una mujer con el pelo rubio, vestido de rosa. La chica en la foto está usando un reproductor de casete color rosa vivo con cascos a juegos. El resto de la foto se muestra a Fifi y Freya. Estaba escondido en la habitación de Freya. El otro cacho de la foto. Pero ¿esta era Poppy antes de algo? Realmente es Poppy totalmente. Es Poppy totalmente, pero pre-emo. ¿Sabes? Esto es su fase pre-emo. Y de esta fase es el cassette rosa. Hay que preguntarle a esta señora por esto.
There's something about that pink cassette tape. Something
Suspicious.
Let's ask Poppy about it.
Sí, pregúntale, pregúntale. Señora. Sospecha.
I need to confirm something with you, Poppy.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It belongs to Freya. She'd
Uh-huh.
like to have music playing while she was painting, you know.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
No idea.
Yeah, hay
Is it
piano.
Jazz?
It's piano music.
Mhm.
Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
Mhm.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
Ahora, pero antes era tu color. Antes sí te gustaban esos colores.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors. Let's take a closer look at this.
La cinta de cassette rosa que encontramos en la escena del crimen. Vale, yo creo que el problema de cómo va a hacer esta frase es el inglés, la traducción al inglés-español. Sí, yo creo que voy a probar con esto porque aquí pone la cinta de cassette rosa, que no lo veis, pero pone la cinta de cassette rosa que encontramos en la escena del crimen. Bueno, de hecho tengo un botón para quitar y poner la cámara, pero lo voy a usar, ¿vale? Para que veáis. La cinta de cassette rosa que encontramos en la escena del crimen, supongo que sea que coincide con el Walkman rosa que usaba Poppy en esta vieja foto. Yo creo que es eso.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink
Matches.
cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
Correcto.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it. You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up and then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Ahora Poppy odia a Fifi y a Freya. Poppy ya no quiere tener ese aspecto. La foto demuestra que Poppy es la asesina. Bueno, a ver, esto creo que es un poco demasiado, ¿eh? Ahora Poppy odia a Fifi y a Freya. ¿Puede ser?
Poppy hates Fifi and Freya now.
You sure about that?
Not entirely.
Ah, bueno, pues será que
I
no.
think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Poppy ya no quiere tener ese aspecto.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
The reason she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful thing.
A que sí, ¿eh? Te haces emo cuando eres
Hold on.
adolescente.
This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to.
Oh.
I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
It's locked.
I
But
thought
we are.
What's that thing by the...
It made a noise.
It made a noise.
I guess that was right.
Correcto mundo.
Finally, it's open.
Whatever's on the other side better be worth it.
Vamos afuera. Es el jardín este del... ¿Por qué hay una estatua con cascos?
It's another little statue, doing a really bad job of hiding in the bushes.
He's playing a lute this time.
Un laúd. Ah, es Andrea.
He's also wearing headphones.
Es Andrea. Esta estatua es Andrea.
Well, they're not part of the statue. And they're not headphones. They're earmuffs.
Ah, no son cascos. Vaya. Lo parecen. Han colocado un par de orejeras en la cabeza de la estatua. ¿Dónde está Cookie? ¿Una libélula?
That's one big dragonfly.
Or one very small dragon.
Que molaría replicar el jardín en Minecraft. Hombre, por antes no sería tan circular porque son cubos en Minecraft, pero es muy bonito.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Yeah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes.
Son plumas. Bien visto. Plumas de colorines. Las plumas estaban sobre todo en la lengua de la gran rana de piedra. Ninguna de las plumas es del pájaro baño tinta. Vaya. ¿Un
Oh,
puente?
good. A bridge. I'm glad to know there's a way to get across that tiny, tiny pond.
Not all bridges are about getting across stuff.
Claro, ese puente es bonito y punto. El agua.
A little pond.
Un pequeño estanque.
It looks really, really deep for some reason. See those metal bars around the edges too?
Oh yeah. What do you suppose they're for?
Nothing anymore. Looks like somebody broke them and then never bothered to fix it.
Es verdad, ¿estos son barrotes? Pues esto será la salida de un pozo o algo así.
It's
¿Rosas?
a rose bush, growing on a little patch of bluish soil. Apart from a couple of loose petals on one side, the whole thing looks very well cared for.
Por fits.
The roses are bright red too.
Now, aren't roses normally that color?
O al menos subió a YouTube, pues mira.
Exactly. More egg statues.
¡Más
I
juegos!
don't get it. Why eggs?
¿Por qué no?
Well, either they have some special significance, or the sculptor was just really lazy.
What do you mean?
An egg has got to be the easiest shape to make.
Bueno, ahí no quedas, tiene que ser suave. ¿Otro huevo?
More egg statues.
I don't get it.
Well, either
Blah,
an
blah,
egg has
blah,
got to
blah,
be the...
Careful, we're pretty high up.
Yeah, we're on a roof.
Estamos en un tejado.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
Oye, pues si te quieres ir me quedo aquí de chill.
That'd be great.
The door into Poppy's room.
So, only Poppy and Fitz can get into the garden?
Sí, es su jardín.
I guess so.
¿A dónde qué?
Trees. On a roof.
¿Pero qué son esas cosas?
In a garden.
In a garden. On a roof.
¿Pero qué son?
Trees.
In a garden.
¿Qué es eso? Son pájaros. Son pájaros. Vale, son pajaritos. Ah, no, se lo decía a Grimoire, que se vaya si quiere.
It's so relaxing. I might just stay.
Vale, yo aquí no veo nada. Ahí así de primeras no veo nada. Tío, pero que no me digas, hombre, Seiya 100%. Vamos a otra habitación, a ver qué encontramos. Vamos aquí arriba. Aquí debe estar el profesor Pointer. Oli.
What is it?
¿Planeta?
Ah, it's clearly some kind of large device.
You're not wrong.
¿Un marco de
picture frame.
foto?
With no picture.
¿Sin foto? Una taza de café,
It's full of
importante.
tea, but it's gone
De
cold.
té. Ugh.
Criminal.
¿Qué será el puzzle de esta sala? Para nada sabe lo que está bien definido en el medio de la sala.
It's a chart of the solar system.
Mm.
Which planet are you from, Sally?
Saturno.
It's tidier than my desk. Oh, the notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
¿Bolis?
It's tidier than my desk.
So, even the most well-used notebook.
Yeah, it's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
Además es de día. Ah,
Pretty.
mira las constelaciones que bonitas pintas en el techo.
Let's at least introduce ourselves before touching his telescope.
Always a good roll.
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
Gizmos. Gizmos and
A
trinkets.
spyglass to the stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition.
Hola, señor.
Shh, listen. Do you hear them? The stars. They're whispering. So quiet, and yet so loud.
¿Qué le
What are they
pasa?
whispering about? Are they spreading rumors about us?
I shouldn't think they concern themselves with such insignificance. We are but specks of dust, you and I.
Mm-hmm. Could this speck of dust start by telling me his name?
You find yourself standing in the Astronomy Tower of one Professor Percival Pointer.
Porque habla de
Seems
sí
like
mismo en
this
tercera
tower belongs to
persona.
the Pointers, and the other one belongs to the Fellows.
Mal rollo, la gente que habla de sí mismo en
observed,
tercera
my
persona.
dear. Tangle Tower is something of a duality, as it
Duality.
happens. Meaningless boundaries, really. They exist only in our minds.
Helpful.
Otro Pepe, sí, otro Pepe. ¿Y si este es el que está liado con Freya Fellow? Son todos peperos, sí. Y los otros son feferos y luego debe haber unos que son herreros, o así, los Remington, ¿no?
Me? Not much to say. Strictly speaking, I'm the current head of the Pointer family. And of course, father to my precious Poppy.
And a professional astronomer?
Oh no, that's just a little hobby. I mean, yes, I've studied the stars for over 35 years, published 17 books.
Just a little hobby.
Sounds like you're quite well known. You must bring in a good amount of money.
Oh dear me, no. My field of research has never yielded any kind of stable financial return.
Sí, ni tu
Nor would
campo de
I
investigación no es
expect
de
it to.
nadie.
I am nothing but a humble interpreter for the cosmos.
Humble
working to
interpreter of the
translate its message
cosmos.
So that I may
Mosca,
share it with
fuera,
the
hombre.
world.
Cool.
Hello,
Tell the
Multi.
cosmos I say hi.
The day began as any other, with blissful, unremarkable routine. I took my usual morning walk around the gardens. Fresh air does wonders for the mind.
Did you see anyone else?
Penelope and Fitz were in the greenhouse together. I didn't bother them, of course.
¿Cómo que
I
Penelope?
sat for a while beside
Penelope
the pond in
es
the
Poppy,
garden.
¿no?
It's a favorite spot of mine. Eventually, I returned to my tower and buried myself in my studies for the afternoon.
Did you use your telescope yesterday?
Once the stars began to appear, naturally.
For how long?
I can't say. I've been known to lose hours at my telescope.
Did you see anything?
No actual discoveries, if that's what you mean.
So you were all alone up in the astronomy tower. Must have been a
Ah,
while
no,
before you
es otra
found out what had
persona.
happened to Freya.
Quite. Normally, I would be the last to find out about such a thing. But a curious tug of fate led me towards the Fellow Tower later that evening.
Ah, la que me queda por conocer, pero ¿no ha dicho Fitz y Poppy que estaban ellos en el jardín?
I was at my telescope for the majority of the evening, but at one point I returned to my desk to look something up in a reference book. I couldn't find the book I wanted, so I figured Fiona must have borrowed it. I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall. I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library. She looked impatient and slightly frustrated.
Same as ever then?
Quite. I passed her by and went upstairs to Fiona's room. The door was locked, but I could
Fiona's
hear
Fifi.
shouting coming from inside.
Vale, estaban
I
Poppy,
recognized
Poppy y
Fiona's
Fifi.
voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
Ok,
I had no
Warren.
desire to invade their privacy by eavesdropping, so I waited for them to finish and come out into the hall. Before I could ask about the book, Poppy grabbed my hand and took me upstairs along with Fiona. It was apparent that both of them had already been crying about something. We went up to Flora's tower. Freya was laying on her back, right in the middle of the room. Flora and Fitz were already there. They both looked stoic as ever. Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did, and then Fiona went downstairs with Poppy for some reason. I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both
Penny,
went back to our
Penny
rooms
es
in
Penelope.
Pointer Tower.
Why did you leave so quickly? Wasn't there anything you could have done to help?
Don't take this the wrong way, but the whole ordeal is Fellow family business. I'm quite sure they don't need me getting in the way at a time like that.
Para vivir juntos, que poco confían los unos en los otros.
A listless soul drifting through the ether.
What's wrong with her?
Not sure. She's always been troubled. Comes from a dysfunctional family.
Sí, dice que Penélope estaba con
I
Fitz
think you
al
might find
principio de la
that to be a
tarde.
bit of a dead
Hola,
end.
Cid.
He should learn to make the most of his lot in life. And he does have a lot in life.
You're talking about money?
Among other things, but yes, he currently has agency over a small fortune. That is, if he hasn't already squandered
Fitz
it
no estaba
or
arriba
lost
según su
it.
testimonio.
You two don't get
¿Arriba
on?
dónde?
Oh no, we're the best of friends.
Fitz estaba en el jardín del centro. Luego, ¿qué dijo que hizo? No, estaba en el jardín. Luego debe bajar y luego volver a subir. No, estaba en el jardín con Poppy y directamente escucharon un ruido y subieron y tumbaron la puerta de abajo. Entonces, en algún momento, Penélope entró en el jardín, supongo.
Ah, yes, the heiress of Tangle Tower. Goodness knows what'll happen when she takes charge. I dare say she'll confiscate my telescope and replace it with a microscope.
She doesn't seem to be the type to impress her will on others.
Still, keep an eye on her. Dangerously intelligent, that one.
You sound jealous. Wait, are you two science rivals?
Oh no, we operate on very different wavelengths. Literally.
Literalmente.
Hard to read, that one, but she seems to know what she's doing.
She's kind of mean.
You know, I simply assumed all detectives were sharp, rigorous, and thorough. Then, of course, I met you.
Es el único que habla bien de ella. El único que habla bien de ella.
Nobody could deny her talent. She was remarkable, artistically gifted, but also highly intelligent.
Those two things aren't mutually exclusive, you know.
Was she ever interested in astronomy?
I don't think she was. The fault may well lie with me for failing to inspire her. But I think she was captivated by more tangible things here on Earth. My daughter loved her. Fiona, too. That said, in the last year or so, more and more I've begun to notice her by herself, wandering the gardens at the most peculiar hours. She must have
Ooh.
explored every inch of the grounds 100 times over. Quite a restless spirit, I think. I'm surprised she chose to live at Tangle Tower as long as she did.
O sea que Freya lleva como un año investigando, o sea, un año siendo rara, estando sola e investigando los jardines de la casa.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the Fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived.
Ah, un rollito de una noche y salió este maromo enorme.
My Poppy, my pride and joy.
Pride and
Exceptionally
joy.
talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
Ajá.
Oh, no. I can personally vouch for her innocence. She'd never... Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
Mm.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose?
Primrose.
She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Se fue.
Where did she go?
Away. She went away.
Vaya, hombre. Te dejó porque eres un poco friki.
I don't especially want to talk about myself.
Mhm.
Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
Oh, sí, claro.
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
83. Te dejó por friki, ¿te imaginas? A la más
So,
preguntas,
which one
señor.
is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. Not exactly a wealth of information, is it?
Oye,
It's
déjame.
enough.
Isn't the process of decay fascinating?
It's not really decaying. It's plastic.
It's becoming one with nature, all the same.
Nah, el plástico no se hace one with nature.
A very old statue indeed. I'd recommend you leave it well alone.
¿Por qué?
The poor fellow's in bad enough shape as it is. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar.
¿Por qué te molesta?
I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh, yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar.
Miki está picándome con los emotes.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Pointer property originally, purloined by the Fellows.
Ay, ¿te estás tomando un zumito o un cafetito?
I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Possessions are fleeting, my friends. Menos nuestros ordenadores que tienen que durar mucho, que son muy caros. ¿A que sí?
Is this important?
Possibly.
Porque no estoy hablando demasiado. El juego es muy
Here's a
chill.
thought. Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
Ajá.
Guess it's possible.
This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know.
Qué picajoso. Qué mal se llevan.
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license.
Tremenda espalda, ¿eh?
Freya was well acquainted with the abstract, I'll say that much.
What does it look like to you?
To me, it's a big, red thing.
What a fascinating interpretation.
He's right, though. It is a big red thing.
It is, it is.
These were drawn by Freya. She must have drawn that one of Hawkshaw rather recently.
I guess.
Poppy's 2 closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Who?
Oh, if you don't know, perhaps I don't either. That's a very old book, isn't it? Looks like someone could have taken better care of it.
I like the look of a well-read book, better than one that's never been opened.
Ah, well put. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
¿Alguna vez habéis
I
escrito en un
suppose I
diario?
don't, but
Yo
it
sí.
does look like a diary.
Y fuera coñas me ayudó. De repente escribí cuando algo muy pocas veces, me duró, no llegó a semanas. Pero era un momento que estaba muy enfadada con todo y escribir me ayudaba a desenfadarme.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it. What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see. It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars
¿Ah,
with
sí?
it.
No, probably not.
Pero seguro que puedes ver desde un trípode a la habitación de otra persona, porque la Hawkshaw esta es una friki que anda mirando a la peña desde lejos seguro.
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all.
Sí, pero nos mintió porque nos han dicho que esto es un telescopio, no un microscopio. También nos mintió porque dijo que había ido al invernadero y no entró en el invernadero.
Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me. Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious bipedal fishman.
Porque había una copa aquí, parece una copa.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Oh, my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother.
Of course.
Qué bonito.
Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
Pero ahora no las lleva puestas. Entonces, ¿qué hacen ahí?
I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue.
Nada. Plumas pintadas de colorines. Yo lo veo. Bueno, voy a resolver el puzzle, ¿vale?
You know, I've always wanted one of those.
A mechanical solar system? What would you do with it?
I would look at it.
Vamos a mirarlo.
Wait a minute.
Un momento.
Earth in the middle.
La Tierra en el
Sun on the
medio.
outside. How old is this thing?
Un poco terracentrista, ¿no? Giran los 5 planetas, el Sol y la Luna en torno al centro. ¡Ah! Es un enorme, coño.
That's the one.
¡Ajá!
Hey, not bad.
¡Ah! El cerebro de galaxia. Dios, qué grande es mi cerebro, coño.
Did you hear that? Something unlocked.
There's a little hatch underneath? What's in there?
A bunch of paper.
Unos
Looks like
papeles.
Somebody's research.
Escarabajo dorado. Varias notas y diagramas de una investigación. 4. El escarabajo dorado, llamado así por su exoesqueleto compuesto por un mineral idéntico al oro en un 90% aproximadamente, vive varios años. Se defiende de los depredadores con un fuerte silbido. Se han registrado más de 95 decibelios. Y por ser totalmente indigerible. Este místido tiene la reputación un tanto espuria de traer mala suerte a quienes lo ven. Se defiende de los depredadores con un fuerte silbido. ¿Puede ser el ruido metálico este todo raro que dijo esta señora que escuchó?
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
¿Por qué de repente es sospechoso el microscopio? No lo entiendo.